Are we good?
We are good.
Just gotta make sure because I was told I like to jump the gun a little bit too much, so I was gonna make sure.
I'm proud of you that it actually took abusing you without you here for that to actually be driven home.
Yes, yeah, for sure. I felt it in my soul.
Here we go.
I'm tech, okay, guys? Here we
3,
go.
2, 1.
I'm good still? Ready to go?
I gave you a countdown. Just start now.
Welcome. Welcome in, guys. Welcome back to the Marvel Snapcast podcast. I'm your host, Ken, aka the Super Tech God, and we're here with our co-hosts, the one and only, starting with
the top 5 best snappers in the world. Cino, because I snapped that hot fire, you heard? And we rep that power on all day.
And of course, our other wonderful host that held us down last week with the wonderful Marvel Yap cast, the one and only Mr. Saxman himself.
Hey, how you doing? It's Giz Gaming here. What, Cino? What? Why are you laughing now?
The Sax Man stuff.
The Sax Man?
Like, really? That's how it did that.
I mean, we have, well, here's the thing, like, I've been doing this with y'all now for, can you believe it? We started this, I think it was 1 year this month that I joined the Snapcast, if I remember correctly.
It's our anniversary, guys?
Yeah.
I believe, if I remember correctly, it was 1 year ago. Because I remember talking about it at the end of the new year, because I was looking to further my content, and I had talked with Ken, and he's like, well, funny you say that, and it just kind of evolved. So I believe it was 1 year to this month, and it's been 1 year, and we still have not figured out how the fuck to introduce me. It's the Sax Man, Mr. Epic Sax Party, the guy, like, because Cino's got a setup. He's got, he has a thing. He's got a shtick. He's got a, exactly. It's a bit. It works. Right. It's who you are. And then there's me. I just every week. It's just, and then that other guy.
It's Gus Gavin. Stop it. That's the other guy. It's just the Sax Man.
Oh man, I agree with you. We got to figure it out. It's got to be better. All right, you got to get more hype.
This is how we thrive in 25. We have to figure out my own intro.
Yes.
We're
gonna make that happen, guys. Leave a comment down below how we should introduce Guest Gaming. Please let us know, and we'll pick the best one and gift them a gold pass. Okay,
it ain't that
down below, guys.
Yes.
So as we finish chopping up the intros, we're going to talk about awesome things today. Of course, we were here last week. Shout out to Not My Dance and Tucker from Marvel.
Tucker butchered my intro a little bit. He butchered my intro a little bit. Guess was like something like that. Tucker, come on, bro. You had to represent your boy a little bit better next time. Tucker was like, what?
Wow.
You got it.
So why don't we do a little different today? You be Tucker right now. All right, I'm going to introduce you, okay? And of course, back from popular demand, the gentleman with all the hair from the top to the bottom, the king. You guys know him as King Tuck. His name, what's going on, King Tuck? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, yo. What's going on, King? Like
that was perfect. See?
Yeah, you gotta feel it in the nads. It's got to be a low yo.
Yeah, facts. It's got like that little Scooby Doo thing in there, right?
It's a little Scooby Doo, a little bit of Adam Sandler. A little bit of, Mr. Krabs. It's all kind of like hybrided together,
Wow. Now I hear it. Now I can't unhear it. Now I can't. There is Mr. Krabs. There is it's in there. I hear it. You guys know if you know.
And then there's Not My Dance, which is just basically a hyperactive chicken with a microphone. Just let him go, and the ADHD will take you the rest of the way. It just, I love them both to death. I'm so glad that they were able to come on in and be a part of last week. It was such a fun time. We had such a great time. It was awesome.
Man.
That is my blue-eyed white dragon. Okay, that's what I'm gonna call him. Blue eyes white dragon. Okay. Thank you very much.
Such a bad one. Yeah, that was a bad one. Come on.
How's that bad? He got blue eyes. Come on, Kaiba.
Yeah, I'm not worried about the blue eyes part, but let's continue on. Let's just.
That's one of the best cards in Yu-Gi-Oh. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Keep going.
All right.
Keep going.
I can't with these gentlemen.
Okay, let's just turn the page. Yes, turn the page. Jesus.
All right, let's kick things off properly now. So first things first, guys, we were in here last week, as you guys know, had some things come up. Shout out to my son. Today is his birthday. He is 15.
Yes.
15-year-old. Yes, bananas.
Young tech god.
Thank you. Yes. So last week he had emergency surgery to get his appendix removed. So right before the call, I had to skedaddle to make sure he was all situated. He is good right now, recovering perfectly. He will never forget his 15th birthday. But beyond that, I didn't get to properly introduce and tell you guys Happy New Year. Hope you guys saw that.
Let's go.
Right? Guess always holding it down. Sino doing his thing. So kick things off for the new year. Marvel Snap has kicked things off with a brand new season with some phenomenal cards, I believe. You guys discussed it all last week. We won't dive too much into that, but we are going to talk about the card that came out this week, the Battle Pass of the season, the Iron Patriot. Now, this card is a 2/3, wonderful stats. On reveal, add a random 4, 5, or 6 cost to your hand. Then, of course, in Yu-Gi-Oh fashion, if you're winning the location after the next turn, give it -4 costs. That is phenomenal. The two kind of combo in one card. And wow. Been playing the card, having a blast with it. Definitely a great Battle Pass card. 100% enjoy it. This card from me gets a platinum rating from me. Now, it would have got double platinum if it, the RNG wasn't the biggest thing about it, but because it gives that -4 costs and it's a 2/3 and it gives you one of those awesome cards in your hands sometimes. I mean, I haven't gotten a bad card yet, right? I haven't gotten a Taskmaster or anything like that yet. So for that, platinum on my end. How you feel about it, Mr. Top 5?
Double gold for me. I'm not as in love with it as you are. I feel like it gets, when I play it, I feel like it gets attacked, so that way you're not winning on the next after the next turn, so it makes it very 50-50 shot for me. The RNG also, you know how I feel about RNG. It's just it doesn't move me. I mean, even though you're right, you do get a significantly good amount of cards a good percentage of the time, but sometimes it really didn't work out for me. I gave it a double gold. Double gold is right where I'm at with it. I just didn't fall in love. I feel like it should be a 2/4 too. You guys might not agree, but I feel like the 2/4 kind of gives you that extra little edge to win out the lane. So it gives you more percentage of the time you're going to win. You're going to get that cost reduction. That's just my opinion.
Okay, Guess how you feel about the card?
I'm with you on the platinum status because I disagree with Sino that it needs to be a 2/4 because if it becomes too easy to get the win condition, that -4 benefit just becomes too OP. So you need to have, the threat of balance. A Bob or a Juggernaut at 3/3. So now you're only putting 6 power in that lane as a downside later on. Even though the card's reduced, does it synergize with your plan? So I think 2/3 is pretty on point with where the card is. I think it is performing better than what a lot of people also expected. I think people were so hyped on the fact that we had so many good Battle Pass cards, over the last couple of seasons. And then they saw this one. It's like, well, it's a lot of risk. It's a 4, 5, or 6. I'm not sure, but it did something that honestly, I oddly think the game needed, which is to find a way to get Devil Dinosaur to be meta relevant in top gameplay. Yes. He's such a legendary card in this game. He's an image of the game, very much so. Kind of like, you think of Galactus, you think of certain, Deadpool. There are certain cards, certain Marvel characters that you think of when you think of Marvel Snap. Devil Dino is definitely one of them. But for the most part, once you get past basically like collection level 500, you kind of really stop thinking about him. Now we're seeing meta relevant top 10% players playing Devil Dinosaur because it's good power and it's actually doing something decent. So I think that's very cool.
I agree.
The other thing to it that I think is very interesting is, at least in my own experience, and correct me if I'm wrong to the two of you guys, I very heavily expected to see a load of Mobius and Mobius this week because of all of this. I have barely seen Mobius actually played in the game, and I'm a little surprised by that. I don't know if it's an acquisition issue or if it's just like my pocket issue, or I don't know, but I was heavily expecting that. And because that's not happening, I think this card is incredibly strong because you can put it into so many different decks. You're putting it into Ajax, you're putting it into Galacta, you're putting it into Wiccan, you're putting it into Devil Dino, you're putting it into like Moon Girl, you're putting it into a full shield deck at this point. Like, there are new decks becoming prominent that are
now
here. Collector.
Come back here.
Collector's coming back again a little bit, like, you know, as well. And we'll transition to the other reason kind of sort of a little bit as well. But I'm seeing these cards that are coming out of Iron Patriot, and what it shows me is that -4, no matter what it is good.
Yeah.
And you make it work, and you want to push for it, because any 4 cost to be free is a good card. Any 6 cost to be 2, good card.
That's great.
Every time.
Yep.
So I'm very happy with it. Very happy with it.
A 1/5 Cersei, 1/7 Cersei was phenomenal today. I was just like, this is great. This is fantastic. I think because of the next
man of the people
about.
Though, and who's the second dinner employees of the month. I'm just saying, I was trying to get y'all 2-4. They don't want y'all to have fun and have that power. I'm just saying,
that 2-4 it is too
man
much.
of the people, baby.
Yeah.
Man of the people. 4-on-4, baby.
You can be the first one to complain and say that's too much. It's OP. If it was a 2-4, we would see Mobius. I think the reason why we don't see Mobius is because it's only one card that's getting a discount, and they're not worried about it. Why fill up my hand to just stop one card from getting a cost reduction, right? It's not like if this was if the Battle Pass card was Sarah, we'll see Mobius, right? You know what I mean? But because it's one card, nobody really cares. They're like, bring
guys,
that.
Tell me in the comments. Tell me in the comments. Say, Sino, you wildin'. All right. If you disagree with your boy, tell me. 100%. Sino, you wildin' in the comments. All right. Let us know.
You wildin'. They'll tell you. I'm positive. Which goes to our next card, the card that came alongside Iron Patriot, which is phenomenal, with also the spotlight cards that came along with it. Victoria Hand. Now, before the season started, this is one of the cards I felt might be the best card this season. She's ongoing. Your cards that were created in your hand get +2 power. So that means all the demons, all the extra swarms, any card, the Moon Girl cards, all those cards that get generated from the whole Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. family get additional +2 power when this card goes on the field. So I am definitely going to give this card, for me, I felt it was a double platinum. Double platinum because of all the card lists that you could put her in. Every last one of them, whether it be Moon Girl, whether it be Discard, whether it be Destroy, right? Whether it be just a regular list you want to put together, whether it be Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think this card, hands down, could even have the potential of being even more of a better card, especially with cards like Mystique and, of course, cards like Onslaught, right? So think about putting her in a discount list with all the other cards and Onslaught, etc. This card can definitely shine there. So, yep, double platinum for me. I've been enjoying putting her on the board at the end of the game or in the Invisible Woman list that I put, hiding her behind Invisible Woman until the end of the game. So double platinum. Sino, how do you feel about Miss Victoria Hand?
Platinum. Love Victoria Hand. I agree with a lot of things you said. Very versatile card. I think she fits right into the discard list. Like Guest was saying, brought back Devil Dino, which I didn't think I would like as much, and now I'm like, oh shit, Devil Dino, and then you hit a roar effect, you just get that old nostalgic feeling back, baby. Let's go. Collector, you wipe the dust off Collector, you say, come on, get in here, let's go. You know what I mean? So I like it. Iron Patriot flows perfectly with Victoria Hand. Yeah, I think it's Victoria's a really great card, man. I really like this card. It's the one that I had the most fun playing out of the two, out of Iron Patriot and out of Victoria Hand and Iron Patriot. Victoria Hand was definitely the one I enjoyed the most. It took 3 keys to get her, so that was like a 2-piece to the jaw. I'm not gonna lie, just
yeah.
But when I did put her in card lists and just played her out, I was like, okay, I'm good with it. I'm not sick that I took 3 keys to get her. So yeah, I'm gonna go platinum with Vicky.
I guess how you feel about Miss Victoria Hand?
I'm now gonna play the role of Cena. Okay. I am not as high on this card because
I like how you said that.
Because
beautiful choice of words. Let's go.
Because I think that it is a flavor card of the week. And give me a second on this, okay? This is the beginning of the season, right? Iron Patriot is finally accessible to a bunch of people. You have a large concentration of top players climbing, and they're using the new stuff because good players can use any deck. And they want to try out Victoria Hand, and they want to try out, Iron Patriot. I think Iron Patriot overall is a better card than Victoria Hand. But because Iron Patriot came out at the same time as Victoria Hand, I think that Victoria Hand is just seeing more gameplay, but Victoria Hand isn't the reason long-term why Iron Patriot stays as a good card. I think Victoria Hand becomes a flavor card. I think it's something that you eventually consider, but if you look at the decks that Iron Patriot can go in versus the decks that Victoria Hand can go in, it's kind of a squares and rectangles situation where Iron Patriot, sure, you can put a Victoria Hand into an Iron Patriot deck, but Iron Patriot doesn't have to be in a Victoria Hand deck and vice versa. So when you look at them individually, I think that all of a sudden Victoria Hand's stocks go down. And once we get past this week, I'm actually expecting her stocks to go way down. She falls off in playability, and I very much could see this becoming something that eventually gets buffed in some way, because it's really good right now. And I'm not saying it needs a buff right now, because you can play it right now to success. But I'm not as high on this card because I think it's just the fact that it released at the exact same time as Iron Patriot, after we had a season that a lot of people decided to skip a couple of cards like Bruce Banner, Rocket and Groot. They're finally spending their keys. They're finally using a spotlight card. Now they're going all in on that style of deck. And if you look at the most successful decks, you had never seen any of them up until this week because of these 2 cards. Shields decks, that wasn't a thing. Will they be next week? Right. I honestly don't think so. So then you look at
he wants to debate you,
I know he doesn't, and that's fine. I think that there will be playability in certain, like, we'll take certain pieces of this with us, like the Sentinel play. I think we take that one with us. I think we take the Demon play. No, not all of them. I don't think all of them. No, I think certain cards for certain archetypes get taken along the ride, but not all of them. Like, I think the discard deck with Swarm gets rediscovered differently. Like, people are messing with it, but they're not like really all in diving it with it. They're taking the easy route right now in going with a full shield deck, because why not go all in? You're getting all the card generation, fill up the hand. Why the hell not? Devil Dinosaur, remember that card? Woohoo, great. That's what I think that they're leaning into. But get past this week, watch what happens in the meta. Go to your favorite tracker site and look at the statistics in Infinite after 2 weeks. And then I'll gladly bite my own tongue if I'm wrong. But I don't see people wanting to play this competitively. I see people wanting to use this as a flavor card like Mobius long term. But this week, she's really good. This week, I think she's a platinum card. Over 2 weeks from now, I think she drops down somewhere into the gold category.
Okay. Platinum for you, double platinum for me, platinum for Cino. I think Victoria Hand becomes a staple in a lot of lists, especially when it comes to the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I think if you play any Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. list, you're going to play Victoria Hand.
Well, yeah, of course.
So, right. No, I'm saying, so I also feel honestly, Victoria Hand, we're not going to see Iron Patriot after next week. We will see Victoria Hand, though, for sure. I think Iron Patriot's the one that falls off.
Yeah.
Only because we're going to talk about the newest card next week, which is Moonstone. Moonstone is a 4/6 ongoing, has the ongoing effects of your 1, 2, 3, and cost cards here. Victoria Hand being an ongoing at 2 costs. This gets to double up with Moonstone, which can also get double up with the wonderful Mystique. And we could do a bunch of madness come next week. So I think this upcoming week, Victoria Hand gets played way more than Iron Patriot. I really believe Iron Patriot does fall off only because its RNG base, get that one card at a discount, can easily be replaced with Loki, Erisham, and Quinjet. So I think for sure Victoria Hand gets more play than Iron Patriot, but we'll find out. Everybody will find out. We'll see in the next week or so, as Guess is saying. And if I'm wrong, I'll bite my tongue as well. I mean, trust me, I've been wrong before.
Can we get like a segment like that? It's Guess Gaming Flavor of the Week.
Facts.
It's Flavor of the Week. We gotta get something like that, man. Some animation or something, man.
We'll have it sound like a 1950s commercial. It's Guest Flavor of the Week. Ba-da-ba. Like
there you go.
Yeah, I like that too.
That is perfect. I feel Moonstone definitely is going to be a double platinum card. We never had a card that does this for 1, 2, or 3 cost cards. Of course, we have Onslaught that do all that madness, but this at a 4/6. And all the potential that we can do with these ongoing cards at a lower cost, I think is going to be huge. So I think Moonstone is going to be up there in the double platinum range as well. That's my preview so far. Until we get her in the hand, we'll find out for sure if she's going to be double platinum or not. But I definitely feel that way. So, how do you feel about Moonstone?
I like Moonstone. I feel like this is a very great, I don't want to call it a cheat card, but like a really great helpful card for people who are just starting out in the game. Like if you guys have some sort of keys or something that you can use to get Moonstone, I would, because it really helps the Ant-Mans, the Captain Americas, the stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like I really think
the early.
I really think this is really good for you guys. Like this, she's definitely going to bring you up. And I think there is creative ways for people who are further along in collection level to use Moonstone. So I like Moonstone. I'm going to give her a platinum right now. We'll see how I feel after we, can test her out.
How you feeling, Gus? How's Moonstone? He's about to say Moonstone is trash. Throw it in the garbage.
No. She's going to be worth picking up.
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
But I don't think she'll be good in her first week. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Stegron, Wiccan, and not Galacta. There was one more. 4/7.
Galacta's a 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Out of the 4.
On 4s too.
What I'm saying, 4/7 specifically. Stegron,
yeah.
The current 4/7s. I think that this goes down the same path. I think that the card comes out and underperforms because of its 4/6 stat line. Because both of those cards in their original versions in data mines were 4/5s. They then released, or eventually, whether it was on their release or released and then were buffed to, they got to 4/7 and then they're playable. I think that at 4/6, Moonstone just slightly underperforms. I think that the effect is really cool. I think there's a lot of cool cheeky things that we can do with this. I'm excited to play with the card because of those doubling ups, like the Mystique synergy that we talked about last week. The Mystique synergy with that is going to be very intriguing to me. And I do think that you see some synergy with Victoria Hand. But at the same time, the cards that are being generated more often than not are not ongoings. So I don't know if you see them all the time. Like, do you play this just to double one ongoing card? That's my question to you guys first. If you have one ongoing card, like, do you treat this as a Mystique or 3 costs? 3 2-in-1s. Do you do that? Do you use the slot in your deck like you would use it for a Mystique?
I mean, it is pretty
for Mystique, yeah, for sure.
Mystique,
for
yeah,
Mystique,
that is pretty clever.
And for an onslaught, because it's a cheaper onslaught too.
Well, no, you couldn't.
What do you mean? It's a cheaper onslaught. I mean, of course, you can't buff anything higher than a 3 cost.
What do you mean it's a cheaper?
It's a cheaper onslaught. So it's going to re-trigger like Ant-Man. It's going to re-trigger Captain America.
Okay, so you're calling it like that. Okay, I see what you're saying now. But because I thought you meant like you could copy onslaught. I'm like, you can't copy onslaught. What are you talking about? Okay, sorry, you confused me there.
Just like how we put onslaught in the deck just for probably 1 or 2 cards, we could do the same thing with Moonstone. She's just cheaper on that level.
So
it all depends.
We're gonna have to really get creative with the deck building with her because I think that the best synergies are going to be those random 2 cost, not necessarily Mystique. I think it's gonna be like the random 2 costs, like Morbius, Ravonna, like those specifically. I think are gonna really hit well with this card.
Ooh,
I just don't know, like, is it successful in a what we'll call a spectrum style build? Like, if you're an earlier player,
I don't know,
you can throw it into your Spectrum Destroyer deck, with Captain America. This replaces Warpath potentially in that style of deck, because then you get the lane flexibility. Like that kind of deck, I can see that working in. But I think it wants to be Zabud, obviously. I think first off, like it's a 4 cost. We're going to say it's Zabu, but now you go into the world of.
Makes me wish Zabu was still ongoing. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah. Oh my God.
That was an all different ballgame.
All different kinds of busted broken. Yeah. But I think energy ramp is the only way to make this card viable in its first week, which is why I think it eventually gets buffed to 4/7 to justify the spot in the deck. So I say get the card no matter what. And now we're in the backwards version. I think it's a gold the week that it probably comes out, but eventually it gets buffed and then becomes double gold. I think it gets better.
What if it goes to 3/5?
I don't think they can do that.
Yeah, but that's crazy to be a 3
that's
cost. 1, 2, and 3 cost.
Yeah. That might be a little too crazy because
I could see it going 4/7 before it going a 3 cost.
I don't think you want this down on turn 3 to then have it be mystiqueable on turn 4, unless if you pay into it by doing a ramp.
Right.
If you have it organically as a 3 cost
or Psylocke, I got you right.
Because then you're looking at ongoing Surfer, and that could be potentially very scary. So I'm less about 3/5, but I think 4/7 eventually this card becomes like a pretty good option. But I'm excited to test with it, and because there are a lot of random, cheeky synergy things. Obviously, everyone's going to try to, do the lane stack and build Ant-Man and Captain America and those kinds of things.
Yeah,
but
that's going to be the first thing. But Ravonna for sure with Sage and all those wonderful getting those 0 costs, kind of a negative deck without negative type thing. This replaces negative in that aspect, right?
Right.
So I totally get that. That's going to be fun. But yeah, I agree with you. People are going to rock that Captain America, Iron Man kind of buff up. But yeah, it's going to be fun times. We'll see if we could do math at that point. So I can't wait to see what happens, what everybody does with this Moonstone card. So, all right. So perfect. Double platinum, gold into platinum, which I kind of totally understand. All right. So that covers the 3 cards we have going on. And for our next discussion, Cino and I wasn't here last week, as you guys are aware. So we want to give you guys our pick on what we feel the best card this season. Of course, Gas can say what his best card is as well. So we're going to dive into that. And I think the best card this season will be the God of War himself, Ares. Ares is a 4/6 on reveal. Compare the power of the top 3 cards on both decks. If your total is higher, give this card +6 power. Again, guys, we're doing some awesome Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. I love Yu-Gi-Oh. Had to give this card the best card this season. Ares being a 4/12 and potentially getting higher to a 4/18, especially with some Odin stuff going on, or playing this on Wong, I think is going to be crazy. And then Taskmastering it on the other turn. I am very intrigued to play with Aries, and I think he will be the best card this season. I think people are going to sleep on Aries. They're going to think probably Bullseye or even Iron Patriot is the best card, but no, you guys heard it here first. Just like with Sage, Aries, the original God of War, will be the best card this season. That's my diamond pick. Cito, what's your diamond pick for the season?
Oh, my diamond? It's got to be diamond? Shit.
Fine. Well, you're saying best card. You don't have to be diamond. I'm picking it. Okay, it might not be diamond. You're right. Best card this season.
What's the best card? Yeah.
Best card this season.
I don't like to say like that. All right.
Best card this season.
Giving out diamonds like that. All right.
You're right. Best card this season.
I'm torn between Moonstone and Victoria Hand as being the best card this season. If a gun is to my head and I have to pick, I think I'm going to go with Moonstone. As much as I like Victoria Hand, I'm going to go with Moonstone only because of the shenanigans you could pull off with the copying and stuff. I think that's going to be really sick. I understand what Guess is saying, though. You're really going to have to manufacture some stuff, but I think someone's going to make something cracked or slide her into something that's cracked already, and it's just going to pop off. So I'm going to go with Moonstone.
All right, Moonstone's your best. Aries mine. Guess, what is your best card this season?
I am also torn, but I'm torn between Aries and Iron Patriot.
Okay.
I do think that this might be another season where the season pass is the best card, but I know for all of the ceiling potential, Aries looks incredibly intriguing, as a potentially very consistent 412. A lot of people in my chat recently, I don't know if you're getting it in yours, they're talking about Aries and Mill is going to be stupid easy because you just remove the entire deck and then boom, play it later on.
Aries,
guaranteed 412. I keep going back to that theory of, is a 412 on the final turn plus whatever else, is that going to be enough, or do you need the cheeky thing? Do you need, how many multiple cards do you need to get down? Does this need to be a Zabu card also because it's a 4 cost to really see its power? How many times do you need it to pop off successfully? Like, do you really need to have to get Grandmaster and Wong and all these other things, to reactivate, or Odin? Do you need that to make this card kind of like a Beta Ray build? Because that's what to me, it's what it screams. It's a easier Beta Ray build, but you're rolling the dice because it's easier. You could get it, you could not get it. I
agree.
I think consistency wise, I think Iron Patriot still ends up being the best card of the season. But it's really close with Aries just because, if we end up in this milling style situation and that just becomes an OP deck, which I could very well see because mill is just really annoying to play against. I could really see that. But I would prefer to see this card be like a 4/5. Compare the power of the top 3 cards. Shut up. I'm in the middle of the proposal. Hold on.
Because I was about to say no.
Yeah. No. Of the top, 4/5. Do the top 3 card check. If your total is higher, double this card's power. Right? Similar to Beta Ray Bill, because then you have the possibility of ramping the card in your hand, doing all the fun shenanigans beforehand, and then get the doubling effect to happen. But you have to take it lower to make that happen, because that could be a pretty easy 410, which is just as viable for most of the decks like Surtur that you're going to want to play it in.
I'm about to say, this could be perfect in Surtur.
But it could be busted to be an easy, 420, get it to pop off twice. So I think I would have preferred that with this card. That's just me personally, but I need to play it for me to really, feel strong enough to say this is the best card. Aries, it could be the best card of the season, but right now it's Iron Patriot.
I think he's the best card this season. I mean, we got a bunch of crazy things we could do with it, whether it be treat it like Panther, right? Make it like Zola it, at the last turn or all the madness. I really think Aries has such a great potential.
Oh,
and a lot of people are sleeping on it.
Stop already. This card sounds like a toxic ass relationship. It just sounds like the girl that you just need to leave alone. Okay.
No, Aries
compare the power of the top 3 cards of both decks. If your total is higher, +6 power. Like, no, it's just so much conditions. It's too many like jump through hoops for me.
Season is
too much
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Stuff going on here, man. I'm good.
Season, okay?
I'm all right. It's just too toxic for me. I don't like it. I'm just like, come on, man. You asking way too much of me now. Like, come on, we getting way too complicated right now with these cards. Let's go.
But I'm gonna throw this one at you because I threw it to the guys last week. I want to hear your take on it. The first thing that this card jumped to me as being an interesting card with was going to be Darkhawk, because Darkhawk organically wants to have rocks throw into the deck, which is going to lower that possibility for Aries. Either way, it's a win. Either it helps the Aries or it bricks their hand. So it's kind of a win-win scenario with that style of deck. Plus, now you have another 4 cost. So Rock Slide gets the reduction via Zabu with this card. Or now you have a deck to build with Darkhawk once again, because you have a card that's going to benefit from the rocks additionally, outside of just Darkhawk.
It just still has a lot of randomness to that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a good chance, but there's not a definite. It just leaves too much. Like, it's too many conditions with some randomness thrown in there. It's too much unknown for me at this current moment. Now, if I see when it's executed a little bit, you know what I mean? Maybe I might.
Yeah, Sino does not like RNG. He's not a fan of it.
Random shit like that.
So he's not. Yeah.
I'm gonna throw this to you then, Sino, because I know you like to mess around with these types of things. All right, I want you to think about a Darkhawk deck for Aries, but I want you to also play into it a Silver Samurai Black Bolt stature package, because Silver Samurai gets the reduction off of Zabu as well. It's another card to activate to reduce the stature. Black Bolt stature is already a great, easy, great power combo. And the thing about it that I like the most is if it hits the rock, you know that it pulled a rock out of the deck before you play your Aries. So you have actually information to work with. You're intentionally trying to hit the rock to know if they already drew one, because they're not going to play it. So it's actually it's a double information style build with Aries. I think is the biggest deck I want to build with that card, outside of just lob it into Surtur and call it a day. Okay, I challenge that.
I'm gonna try that, and we're gonna report you guys the results when we come back here.
Yes.
Yeah, Miller's going to be a problem. Even maybe, like you said, Darkhawk would probably even Black Widow, I think, might work out too, right? Fill their hand, leave their hand like they can't play any more cards, hope for the best, and there it is. I mean, yeah, I think Aries is going to be great. Going up against Arishem might not, but either way, I definitely think it's going to be the best card this season. And yeah, Surtur is definitely the top list people want to put him in. But yeah, I'm looking to put him in some other lists and see if we can get that power across the board any way we can. So it's going to be a fun time. I definitely think it's going to be the best card, and we're going to find out. But this whole season, all the cards, the one card we didn't mention, which was Bullseye, he also has conditions where, he's an activate card. So discard all cards that cost 1 or less from your hand and afflict that many different enemy cards with -2 power, which again, another kind of Yu-Gi-Oh style play here. We're not going to dive into too much. I know Sino loves all this madness, but nonetheless, I think this whole season is new. It's something different because again, it's not the same old thing that we've been getting for all the seasons of Snap. For them to have these cards and give us something completely new, I really appreciate that, and I'm happy to see these do what it has to do. Now, we're not going to talk about card acquisition and all those other things. I think you guys broke it down very well on the last episode of the podcast. We're waiting for that patch to come out on the 14th. So once that stuff start rolling out, of course, make sure you guys come back here to find out what's going on and how things are going when it comes to the new version of Snap, the better version of Snap, the future of Snap. Make sure you guys come here to hear about that here first. Now, We're going to dive into some awesome events.
I'm just saying, the way you said that there, it actually had some oomph to it. It had a nice,
I had to sit up a little bit.
Gravitas.
Execution to that. Let's go.
In the camera. See, that's right. I had to sit up and look at it.
It doesn't sound like sleepy tech god. He's giving y'all that.
I'm wide awake today.
Barry White tech god.
Hey, to be honest, somebody came on stream today and said they're proud of me. I haven't fallen asleep on stream all year yet. I did promise that. We only 9 days in.
What?
But I did make a promise.
What?
I won't fall asleep.
Wonder why Super Tech God doesn't fall asleep on stream anymore? Advanced GG. Let's go.
So we're going to go ahead and talk about some new events we got coming up, kicking off things with, of course, It's Guest Gaming on the 14th with the patch coming out in Snap. He has a front page event on Twitch.
Let's go.
It was huge. It was epic. It was since warm bread since warm butter that you leave outside to put all over your toast. Guest killed it with the act.
Wait, can we rewind that? What the fuck? What did you say about warm butter and toast? And that's who I am. Wait, am I Toast Man? We're back to Ren and Stimpy layer.
The best thing since warm butter that you put over toast. So let me break it down for you guys, since I like to eat food. I'm gonna explain it to you. There is couple types of butter. The first butter is you toast your bread, you go in the fridge, you take your hard stick of butter, and you cut into it and you try to put it over your warm bread, and what happens? Your bread get tore up, or the butter goes all over the place. It flips off the bread. That's the worst. Right. Now, if you leave a stick of butter out in a nice Petri dish covered nice and neat, it is room temperature warm butter. So when you go ahead and take that butter knife and you get into that butter, it smoothly goes over that warm piece of bread. And it's the best thing ever. So Guest's last front page Twitch stream was better, way better. The best thing since warm butter on toasted bread. But go ahead, let me hear what you got to say.
Why do you keep your butter in a Petri dish?
Well, it's not a Petri dish. It's actually a butter. It's like a ceramic.
You doing experiments with your butter? No, put that shit under a microscope?
No, listen to me.
That's what I took out of that. You said a Petri dish.
Sorry, my bad.
CSISTG. Yeah. What the hell?
He's examining the butter. Butter, baby.
You can see him in a microscope going, can you look at all of those sugar crystals in there? Wow.
Yes, he just couldn't believe it's not butter. He couldn't believe it.
I know. I know.
You had to check it out.
This ain't no country crock shit. No. This.
Not a Patreon.
Okay. So we were talking about Twitch, I think, right?
Yes.
Okay, sure. Just make sure.
I think so. I think we're canceled.
Hang on.
People already
let me do my part.
Hang on.
Come on.
Hang on. There was a fly ball to F7. Yep, it's over. Okay, let's get back out of left field.
Let's get back to it now. The last event was phenomenal.
Thank you.
You guys have been there. Epic Sax parties. It was so good that Twitch put it on front of their TwitchCon event. They put guests jamming out with his epic sax, giving all the sax to the people, saxing all over the front page of TwitchCon. The one and only Is Guest Gaming. Make sure you guys don't miss this one. Guest, go ahead, let the people know how great you sax out there for all the saxers that's listening.
I want people to show up to this. Okay, let's make that clear.
Stream that he promoted. I don't know what this is. This is an OnlyFans page. I don't know.
Only sax.
No. Okay. Here's the deal with the Twitch front page. I was talking about it with the community earlier this week as well, because if you've been following my channel, I play for the first time ever. As of last month, I've been juggling 3 games in my regular rotation. Marvel Snap, of course, Pokemon Pocket, and now Marvel Rivals. And I've really been enjoying Marvel Rivals a lot recently, and I never expected myself to get as into it as I have. And because for a number of reasons, and I'm just enthralled at the gameplay and the style, and it's been really a surprising adventure. I wasn't expecting to ever be a shooter gamer in any capacity, but I've really been enjoying it. I know Tech, you've been playing, obviously we played a lot together as well. So, Sino still doesn't know what a joystick is, but at least Sino, we'll get you there. Yeah, we'll get you there eventually. But I think for the front page stream, to be completely honest, I'm still deciding what game or games to play on the front page. And I have not finished planning this event, and it's like 4 days away from the time we're recording this. Because
now, are we in the ballpark, or is it just like you totally don't have anything planned, or you have a few things, you're like, all right, I'll do this and then this, and
I'm trying to put down a couple of breadcrumbs right now and see which birds bite. And I'm sad to say this is not going to be another in-game promotion, dev interview, full shebang like last time. This one's going to be straight up, hey, come check out the community type of an event. And it's going to be a lot more, almost use a word that doesn't make sense, but makes way too much sense for those two communities. So we'll just call it a much more comfortable environment. And I want it to be you all hanging out with me. Let's talk, let's play whatever game it is. Let's have a good time. And I'm going to try to make some extra things happen. I'm still working on it all weekend long. I'll probably do a formal announcement on like Saturday, maybe Sunday, get some graphics out there with more information. But I have decided I'm not going to play Pokemon Pocket. I do know that. So it's a matter of it's a matter of yeah, I mean, either way, I know I'm definitely playing Rivals at some point. That I absolutely want to do. But for the first time ever, I'm actually debating not playing Snap because I want to just grow the audience of the guest list. And there's a lot of people. If you're listening to this podcast, you know me for Marvel Snap. Pretty much guarantee.
Yep.
I've hit a lot of that audience already. And there's only so much more that the front page typically brings in from a currently existing 2-year game audience for me. So that's part of the dilemma as a creator, where you're back and forth like, well, you do a whole bunch of stuff. You're a variety streamer, or you're a IRL streamer, and you get the front page. Well, what do you do? If you play one game like I did for 2 years with Marvel Snap, that was a no-brainer back in September. We made a big event of it, and it was amazing. We had such a good time. And I wish I could do something of that nature again this time around. It's an awful month to get the front page, to be completely honest. But I'm just trying to think, how do I make this different? Not better than the one that we had back in October.
It's going to be hard to beat.
Because it's not about trying to beat it. It's like, what environment do I want to bring? Because I'm going to get a whole bunch of new viewers for the very first time. What environment do I want to create? Because I don't want to be the guy that's only known for, hey, you got on the front page. Okay, the only reason I'm here is giveaways, or the only reason I'm here is because, there's a dev announcement and then I'm bouncing. I want to create a great environment for new people to say, hey, this is a place I want to hang out. And that's the aim. And I'd love to hear down in the comments below this podcast here on the YouTube side. Let me know what you would want to hear, what you would want to see as well. I'm still to be honest, I'm still figuring it out, and that's late for me. And
we get that.
I'm excited for it because it's going to be different. I just don't know in what manner yet.
Exactly.
Listen, it's going to be epic either way you look at it, guys. It's going to be one of the most epic sexual things you've ever seen in your life.
Oh, so fuck you. No. I'm nipping. I am nipping that in the read right now. Just you will never ever. No, you will never.
Let me hear this properly.
You will never use that terminology. No, stop it. You will never use
sexual.
That word. Ever again when talking about me or this content.
Guys, now we know how to get guests riled up. I'm about to buy a t-shirt.
You go ahead. You waste your money. You have a great time. It's amazing what the filters of moderation can do to allow me to not see you.
Wow, it's hilarious. Okay, guys, make sure you guys come. Seriously, make sure you guys show up. Show guests some love. Definitely one of the best streamers out there. You're gonna have a good time.
Get them to compromise.
If it's not,
for real, thank you though. Seriously, thank you.
If it's not Snap and it's Rivals, we're gonna have a blast. I mean, I'm with guests on that as well. Like, Rivals has been, forcefully I had to get into that realm of loving it so much. But yeah, it's been a game that I've been playing a lot these past couple of days, and I've been enjoying. Before that, I was just like, it's okay, it's cool. I'll play it when I play it. But I've been having a blast. So I totally understand what guest means by that. And I'm looking forward to see what the front page, what you bring to it, because we always know it's going to be something epic, right? Guest doesn't play when it comes to graphics and styles, etc. So it's going to be entertaining. That's going to be for sure. Being comfortable, yeah, I guess so. You see how I said it there? Comfortable. Didn't say comfortable, which is supposed to be, but I said comfortable. All right. So January 14th. Make sure you guys go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Guest links, information will be down below. But of course, share this with some other friends and family members that you think guests can really get, some help from. Any input is always great input. If you guys want to see guests play Ninja Turtles, let him know down below. If you want to see guests play anything, just let us know. Don't for sure.
Don't eat all the pizza that's frowned upon.
Yeah. Cino's Pizza Band.
All
right. So on to our other wonderful event we have planned this month is January 25th, something new that Power On is bringing to the community every other month. That's right. Every odd month starting at the end of this month, it is called The Crown. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So it is going to be a wonderful tournament of Marvel Snap for the entire community. You guys go ahead and join. We'll have links on our wonderful Power On Twitter page. So make sure you guys are following us there on the Power On Twitter page. Information should be going out tomorrow as how to sign up, how to get ready, how to get involved. It's going to be a phenomenal time. We have a prize pool of $500. That's right, kicking things off. So first place gets $300, second place gets $150, and third place gets $50. Now, how much to enter? Completely free. You sign up, just click the link, get in there and do your best. Erisham is banned. That is correct. There's no Erisham whatsoever. We will have a donation link. So those who want to donate to the prize pool will then go up and the winners might get a bigger payout. Nonetheless, we're looking to do events like this every other month. And yes, we know there's others that do the same thing, but we'll be a little different. This time we're going to leave it open, have a blast. But for the next month 3 in March, we're going to have some cool stipulations. So it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a fun time. Make sure you guys go ahead and check out Power On Gaming's Twitter account as we introduce The Crown.
Let's go.
Mysterious.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You got these like regal announcements today.
He's doing good today. I agree. I totally agree.
I know what it is.
What's wrong? Let me hear it.
He got laid.
Wow. That's a good one. I like that, ladies and gentlemen. I like that very much. I see this guy Sachs. This guy Sachs.
Can we just let's end it here? Let's just end it here, please.
You could do a drinking game with Sachs. Every time you hear Sachs this episode, you got to take a shot. Okay,
ladies and gentlemen. We should do Flip Cup. We should just do Flip Cup.
You are
no, we can't.
Bad at that game. You would just whoever's on your team.
And we have evidence. Yeah. There is longevity and proof.
Yeah, let's just not go there, bro.
That's our time now. Thanks, guys, for listening to the podcast. We're back. Thank you for having a blast with us as always. Happy New Year. We got a lot going on. Until next time, peace.